Hey, what's up guys? It's Coach Myers, and I want to talk to you today about one of my favorite products, and that is our Tri-Blend Creatine. Now, creatine is the most heavily studied supplement on the planet, but I also feel like it is one of the most, misunderstood supplements out there. So, just kind of explain it to you in layman's terms, creatine phosphate is kind of the initial fuel that your body uses for all muscle contraction. So before your body starts dipping into your glycogen storage or the oxidative system for energy, everything is dependent on having creatine at the cellular level to be able to contract and contract forcefully. So whether you're running, jumping, doing a heavy lift, sprinting, shooting a high crotch, your muscles are using creatine as a fuel for the contraction. So the more you can saturate your muscles with creatine, the better. I know that I take it year round. I feel stronger when I'm taking it. I also have much better, I would say, kind of like high-end strength endurance. So like the difference between getting a heavy triple versus only getting 2 reps with a very heavy weight, when I'm taking creatine, I feel like there's not that immediate drop off in strength when I'm using heavy weight and stuff. Now, when it comes to being misunderstood, I think especially in the wrestling community, there's a lot of misconceptions about creatine. There's kind of this prevalent attitude, especially around parents, like, oh, well, creatine is dangerous. And I think where that kind of stems from and came from is back even when I was wrestling in high school. I think it was the mid to late 90s. There was a couple wrestlers that actually died, and it was kind of linked to creatine usage. Now, were they using creatine? Yes, but were they also practicing extremely unsafe weight cutting habits? Yes. So wearing sauna suits, cutting 20 pounds of water in a session, severe chronic dehydration, and a couple of these athletes, they had, they went into kidney failure. So could have creatine played a role in that? Possibly. But could have they died, unfortunately, even just from cutting the extreme amount of water and, depleting their body of electrolytes? They probably would have. So I think just with anything, if you were taking creatine, especially in the season, make sure you're not cutting an unsafe amount of weight. As long as you are not, dehydrating yourself chronically for a long time, you'll be it's perfectly safe to take creatine. And just as with anything, when you do take creatine, drink plenty of water. One other thing I think that is kind of a misconception about creatine, and this is probably maybe more in like the quote unquote bodybuilding world, is that if you take creatine, it's going to make your body retain a lot of water weight and get bloated. Now that's if you take primarily just creatine monohydrate. Our creatine is a tri-blend, and it's been specially formulated not to get you that kind of extra bloat and water gain that you see. So, with that being said, you don't have to worry about maintaining excess water. I still take it even when I'm leaning down, and I have no problem getting rid of excess water weight. So you don't have to worry about that. You also don't have to worry about it from a safety standpoint, as long as you're drinking adequate amount of water, which as an athlete, even in season as a wrestler, you should be. You should not be restricting your water intake for long periods of time. So with that said, all of you athletes out there, I recommend our Tri-Blend Creatine, especially you wrestlers. If you want to stay strong in season, keep lifting heavy, take your creatine, get it today, maxeffortmuscle.com.